Hello Aries, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morky is out with some other family members, so whoa, you're throwing the cards at me. He is not in position right now, but he is energetically with us from the other space. Today I am doing your reading for Aries. What's going on? Sometimes I'm a bad shuffler, but this is really, I feel the scattered energy. So let's see what's going on here. Is it just a busy time for you? There we go. Okay, we're stabilizing. We are doing your reading for the next 10 days, Aries. We're going to take a look at your overall energy, the energy that you are dealing with at the moment, the energy of the person or situation connected to you, and then how those energies mingle and dance in the middle. And then we'll close it off with an oracle card for the Aries collective. Do keep in mind, as always, these are general readings. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. I recommend checking out your sun, moon, rising, and north node reading placements for additional context and texture. If you'd like a more personalized reading, get into that description below. Be sure to click those links and check out everything that I have there. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. I'm running holiday specials through the end of 2024 right now. So if you've caught this reading at that time, be sure you're following me at Creators on the Crest so that you can see the deals, okay? And take advantage of those while they're there. I'm here every other Sunday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Central answering live questions, and it's so much fun. We have a party. Okay, so your overall energy, Aries, is we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, and living in connection. Wow, okay. Aries, no wonder things felt a little sporadic at first if this is the energy you're working on. Embodying, being more grounded. Some of you may just be overworked. You may have overdone it. You may have burnt out. Or you're just pressing those last few days toward the holidays and it's like, how am I going to make it through? Because your energy's definitely coming through like it's sparky, okay? And on your side, you get the Five of Cups, the Fool, and the Death card. Yeah, really perceiving this end, maybe to the season, maybe to a cycle. For some of you, the school year, or ending something before the holidays, having something, some sort of season come to an end. There's a little bit of sadness there, like maybe you wished you would have accomplished more. Maybe you're being a little hard on yourself about it, or just feeling a certain way. And a whole lot of transformation and letting go is coming in for you. I think taking it back to your purpose, taking it back to what you're here to do in the world, how you're here to serve, is going to be your biggest helper right now. For the energy of the person connected to you, they get the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Emperor. The Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Emperor. Some other fiery energy that you're dealing with here. This could be in the workspace or in an intellectual type of environment like a college, a university, or a school. This may have to do with schooling. Could be your schooling, could be schooling on behalf of your children, something like that. This other person, very ambitious person, they tend to strike me as someone who has a reply for everything, who has advice for everything, whether you solicit it or not. And they may be a fellow Aries. The two of you could both bump heads and also trigger the hell out of each other. Because in your connecting energies, you have the King of Swords, very intellectual connection, very intellectual pursuits here. But also we have the Devil, the shadow self, control, ego, all that fun stuff going on in the middle of this connection. Wow, no wonder the energies were... Maybe you're getting to a point where you're going to be away from this person for a while, or some distance has been created here between the two of you, or will be. That's what you're looking forward to, and you're going to try to reset and ground yourself during this time. Let's look at what you're feeling, that sadness, that Five of Cups, a little bit of regret and sadness. You get the King of Wands, so there you are, Aries, kind of showing up in your mastery and the way that you do things, and the Ten of Cups. To me, this appears to be a little bit of a divide within yourself about spending quality time with family and friends, and then the drive, the action, the work. Having time to unwind and talk to people and really ground in some different loving, more jovial, more celebratory energies, and go, go, go. You're kind of stuck in the middle there. There's this energy within you, and you're kind of like, I gotta go, 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 because you're an Aries, but it's like you're sad that you aren't able to be more present for people that you care about. And it could be because this other person's triggered you. Maybe you're caught up in their energy a little bit too. We'll see. Let's look at this Fool energy. So here you are really trying to get yourself back to 0 point, okay? That's that we are nature, okay? Like, who am I? When you strip away all the labels and all the things, who am I? I want to get back to my purity. You get the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. So you are showing me a quest and a love for intellectual pursuits. You are showing me that intellectual vibrations are important to you in relationships. You're not someone who would be necessarily comfortable being with someone who can't meet and spark and really pull you in or draw you in to their intellect, right? That is important to you, and that's what you're showing me. So that's a little more air sign energy that I'm seeing here. You may have strong air signs, so Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You could have some of that in your chart, particularly in your Mercury. Go check that out, see what you got there. Or in the house placements, some way, shape, or form, look for that air energy. This could also represent for some of you someone who brings you back. Someone who grounds you. Some of you may already have this person in your life. They could be the air sign. You may have an air sign in your life, which is really interesting that they help ground you. Usually it's earth signs. But there's something about this person's intellect and something about the match there that is really important to you. Being able to have intellectual conversations, being able to talk through things, being able to gain knowledge and wisdom is important to you in your relationships. You're not someone who is going to be very patient when the conversation is very surface level. For the Death card, you get the High Priest or the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so here's a little bit different energy coming in here. You are working on, with the Queen of Cups, she operates from her heart and she moves in a way of what her heart calls her to do. And with the Hierophant here, and this being a transformation, you are working on, yes, having the authority, having the wisdom, having tradition, having the intellectual, maybe the schooling. Schooling I keep getting for some of you. Your own personal schooling, or you're involved in the school system. Like I said, university, college, Montessori, I don't know. There's all kinds of ones. You pick where you land here. But it's become increasingly important as you've transformed yourself, as you've been able to get grounded and get more rooted. It's been important for you to balance the way you've done things with, and the way you've always done things with, does this fill my heart? Am I called by my heart to continue to do this? Some of you with this Death card here could be coming up on a decision about how you're going to continue. Are you going to continue with this same major? Are you going to continue in this field? Are you looking to make a change? And that's what you're up against right now. That's why it's going to require that extra grounding, so you can really kind of come back to that 0 point and feel like you can make some wise decisions through the energies. Now, for this person connected to you, highly ambitious, Knight of Wands here, or I'm sorry, Knight of Swords. They're a doer too. They go, go, go. They get the King of Pentacles and the Sun. They too are working on becoming more grounded and finding ways to be more grounded, because they recognize that when they are more grounded, when they are more centered, and they're more in connection, they're more joyful. This may be the kind of person who gives pretty good advice, but needs to take their own advice, right? This could be somebody who's been telling you to slow down, and they're really, you've been kind of annoyed with them, because we do have the devil card in between the two of you. They may give unsolicited advice at times, and it's looking like here they need to nurture themselves with their own advice at the same time. But they may be the kind of person here who they're a little more comfortable talking than they are being. And they're a doer, don't get me wrong, but are they a beer? Can they just be? And I think that's something maybe you're working on too, is just to be. Just to be, and let that be okay. Let it be normal. Let it be natural. Let it be grounding. Let it be rejuvenating. For the Queen of Wands, this person gets the Three of Pentacles and the Magician. Do they charge for their services? Could this be someone, a business partner of yours? I feel like if they're not charging for their services or for what they bring to the table, they should be. There's a way that they can exchange with others here. They have the Magician though, so I'm not sure if it's come to full fruition yet. They may still be getting used to some of the tools that they need to use, but ambition is carrying them for sure. And again, like I said, this could be another Aries, so you could really see yourself reflected in them, or maybe a phase that you've been through prior where they're really stepping into themselves. This person could be younger than you, chronologically speaking, or even from like that spiritual soul level perspective. But they do have some of the key things down that you also know and have down. And I feel like the two of you, it's very just stimulating, intellectually stimulating between the two of you. For the Emperor here, they get the Hermit and the Five of Wands. This person has a hard time getting into solitude, going within, and really figuring out, okay, what kind of leader do I want to be? I'm ambitious, I'm smart, but how can I best direct this energy? And so they have a little bit of inner conflict going on, and it may take them, speaking of living in connection, becoming grounded, it may take them a few seasons to figure this out. This is somebody, if they are going down a certain path, again, very similar to what I got on your side, but it's just playing out differently within them. Maybe they're changing their major. Maybe they're figuring out what they thought they wanted is not quite what they wanted. They may need to get a little more introspective. They may need to spend a little more quiet time analyzing, maybe reflecting over the past year for themselves would be helpful. Very interesting. Yeah, both of you are going through stuff. I can see how you relate, and at the same time, like there could be this part of you that you're like, wow, I remember when I was in that place, and gosh, I wish they could see what I now know. But still, there's this honoring of like, we both have our own past, right? And so we have to be willing to allow each other that space. At least you have that acknowledgement, because for this King of Swords that's in between the connection of the two of you here, for a small population of you, this could be romantic too. This could be you and your partner, and maybe you first bonded on the intellectual level. You're bringing in the Ace of Pentacles, so maybe wanting some sort of newness with them, some sort of new practical position in reality to kind of come into being. Something's coming full circle is what you're showing me. Now they bring in the Nine of Wands. They're not sure about this yet. If this is a person, let's say you're dating or something like that, and they may be coming off toward you like they're not sure about you yet. And it could be because they're struggling with some of the things that you've dealt with in the past. There seems to be a lot of love here and respect here either way, even if the two of you do get to each other sometimes. They tend to be right now in a little bit more of a defensive mode. Maybe this is kind of a battle of the minds at times. It's kind of battle of the wits, battle of the minds. You know, like putting the two of you up against each other in Jeopardy or something like that. That's what it feels like. Let's look at this Devil card, because this will explain more here. Oof, yeah. This one here. Okay, so at times, what I'm seeing is that this other person may use words that are cutting toward you. Project. They project toward you, and you're having to defend yourself. At times, you're having to say, no effing way. That is not true for me. You know, and it's not, because here in this Five of Cups, they are emotionally conflicted. They had the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups. They're conflicted with their own transformation, and they could be a little bit resistant to it. That's why I said this person could be younger than you, could be an adult child of yours that's a lot like you, and so there's love, but you've butted heads, right? There's some energy to work out here. I think you understanding and recognizing when they come at you, or when their words are a little too cutting, or when they seem a little too defensive, understand that those are projections of their ego. And I know it's not fun, and no, you don't have to put up with it. You can absolutely have healthy boundaries. You can absolutely say, no, that is not okay for me. I would never advise against not putting up your boundaries that are healthy, and so you can maintain that with this person. But that's what it is. It's projections of their own shadow side here. And maybe if this is an age difference, maybe you can understand that if you kind of turn the clock back to your younger self when you were quite a bit younger, you know. Now you could think about that from chronological age, physical age, or you can think about that from a soul level and just the experiences that are being had. But I like that the overall energy is becoming more grounded. I think living with this person in your life and being connected to them, grounding, centering, embodied energies are going to be the best for both of you. Because otherwise it might feel like things are popping off or just not going to work out at times, right? There is hope here though. Aries, let's get you a card from the Whispers of the Oceans Oracle to close off your reading today. Aries, you got the number 12 card, replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and to start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance on the horizon, and we have the starfish here, and we have the grounded embodiment that is we are nature that came up in the very beginning. When you get back to that grounded and embodied place, that is when you're calling in abundance. In this reading, you have shown me a new beginning in your life. You have shown me that you are returning to 0 point. And it may be for this very reason. You showed me regret in the beginning. Whether it's with this relationship or in your own life, you are going to start fresh and replace what was lost. Maybe refocusing your energies on what matters most. Aries, thank you so much for joining this reading today. It was my pleasure to do it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.